with the podcast, so by that point, my fingers glue together. So they're like this, okay? I love this kind of weather, but today, let's talk podcasts. So as you guys can see, I have turned all the desks so they're facing more toward the Promethean board because some of my students' backs were to the Promethean board, and I just didn't think that was fair to them that they had to keep turning around to see the Promethean board. So last year I had it at an angle. I don't know why this year I didn't do that, but you know, it was one of those things. When I set it up, I just didn't realize that I forgot to do that. So I did go ahead and do that yesterday, so they are now facing toward the Promethean board. With the podcast, I have been getting into podcasts for quite a while now, so this is not a new topic. I have talked about this last year, I believe it was, but I just never really found like my niche that I really like listening to. So for a while I was doing a lot of like YouTube tech type ones, and they were great. It's just not every single one of the podcasts that they had would be something that I would want to listen to. So I would end up with like nothing to listen to because there was certain ones I liked, but they didn't always have a topic I want to listen to. So then I kind of stopped listening to podcasts for a while, and now I'm getting back into them again. So, and I'm trying to like find my niche of what I like to listen to, because I'm not like a big, I don't know how to describe it, like I don't want the political kind of ones, I don't like those kind of things, I don't like really boring talk ones. So I've been trying to find ones that, I don't know, something I would like. So there's been a couple that have popped up that over time, that I've been kind of like expanding out on. So I started going more the LGBTQ route, finding some, and I found one called The Husbands, who I was listening to today on the way into work. But the other thing is my drive to work is so short. It really takes me like 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes to get to work. And so I really don't get much of a podcast in by the time I get here. And then there's another one that we used to listen to when Sirius Radio used to have a station called OutQ, and it was Derek and Romaine. And Rudy and I would listen to them on that. That's how we listened to it. We listened to Derek Romaine. There was a 3-hour show I think they had. But Sirius got rid of OutQ, which caused us to get rid of Sirius. And so, because we really liked OutQ, and they got rid of it. And so it just told us kind of in a way that you don't really care about people that are like us. So you're done. We're out of here. So we got rid of a Sirius Radio after that point. So, but Derek and Romaine have started, well, actually Derek started it first, but he started a podcast, so now it's Derek and Romaine's podcast, and so that is who I've been listening to too, and they have been so funny and so amazing. I really like. So yeah, so those are the podcasts I've been trying to get into that. I have done some teacher ones, which are great, but again, I fall into that same issue where they are not always ones I want to listen to. So it may not be a topic I want to listen to, so I don't listen to it. There's been a couple other ones. Casey Neistat and his wife. I think they're married, aren't they? Anyways, so Casey Neistat and Candace they have one that's called Couples Therapy. And so I really like theirs too. Theirs is really good. And so, but yeah, one of them I was listening to today was The Husbands. And then Study Hall with Mr. D, but he's only done 2 episodes. I kind of wish some of these people would get some more episodes going on. Yeah, Couples Therapy with Candace and Casey. Just Mag, I really like Just Mag's. I have some of hers, but again, she doesn't have, I know she does have quite a few episodes. She has about 10 episodes, so. Oh, there's one called Stupid Things, and it's actually one of Rudy's friend's sisters. So her and her husband have a podcast called Stupid Things, and they're like 10-minute episodes, and so, which is nice for me to work with. And they're just like dumb things that they see, like that they don't like or whatever. So like they have ones about prescription drug companies or making your bed or like stupid. They're just like these little like dumb things that they talk about, and it's really funny. She also has another one called the Digital Lounge. This is Jess's one that she does for her YouTube channel and everything, but they don't always fall into a topic that I'm going to be listening to because they're more business oriented. Those are some of the ones I like. Oh, that's the other one. Michelle Ferrer, Pocketful of Programming. She talked about one of her setup videos. It's stuff you should know. So I'm going to try that one out, see how that is. So if you have any suggestions of some podcasts that maybe you listen to that you would like to share with the world, comment down below, please, because I am looking for some new podcasts. And I really like the ones I have right now, but I would like to try some other ones so that way I can have a mix of stuff. But I really do like the LGBTQ comedy type ones, not just straight up, because sometimes they get too politicky. Sometimes the husbands get a little too politics, and I kind of zone out for a minute. Today is Thursday. We have art in the first thing in the morning, so I am going to get some copies made and get the rest of this desk cleaned off. And so I'm going to try to do that. I need to get all my books. Like, I need to get all the books, the labels put on the books, so they can go to the book bins. Fun times, people, fun times. I cannot keep up with our schedule. And I do this every year. Like, at the beginning of the year, it's just like, everything's all kind of hodgepodge. I try to keep it into the clumps, but we never finish anything. So everything just keeps getting carried over. So, and then once we get our routines like going, then it like totally works out and everything's great. But the first month of school, usually the big old mess. So, we never did get we didn't read our summer close read, so we're going to try to get that. I'm going to get that done. I'm going to get that done today. Do the vocabulary words, so that tomorrow we'll read second read and do the text-dependent questions so I can be done with it. And then tomorrow next week, we'll start our vegetable one. For math, we are doing composite shapes. So we're working with composite shapes, which I love doing composite shapes. Which reminds me, I need to get stuff put up on my math focus wall. So I need to put the shapes up and put up what the equal sign means and all those kind of things that we've been talking about. I just haven't got around to doing it, which is horrible, but I will get it done today too. So that is where I'm going to leave this for right now. It is like 3:40 right now. I'm trying to get out of here. My collar got messed up again. I had to go talk to my principal really quick. So, because we got, our state does like these their evaluations, and every year I am not happy with my scores. So I'm like so done with the crud that we had to get with this thing, but it is what it is. I need to get copies of that. So I don't know, but I was waiting because I had to wait to go get it because they came out today. Our evaluations came out. I'm still at a good level, but it was not what I wanted. And so it's just frustrating because it's always my student data that never does well. So I am going to try to clean up. I never got all my desk cleaned off. I did get some of my books gone through, so that's good. I will need to write other students. I need to write out students super improver because they just moved up to green. So that's good. Anyway, but today it was so funny. So we had to do, well, first off, today was a mess. But, part of it had to do with the kids didn't get to go outside for morning recess. They did get to go out for afternoon recess, but I'm so glad that we came in because it started raining right again. But it was raining during our morning recess, so they did indoor recess with our morning, I have like a bin, like a bucket thing that has all of our indoor recess stuff inside of it. So this is the bin, okay? I got it from Dollar Tree, and all the stuff in it pretty much comes from Dollar Tree. So it has things like checkers, some Connect 4 games, another checkers, some of the Jenga blocks, these tic-tac-toe things, which kids really like those. And then I had these in there. I'm pretty sure they're the ones that I got from the Target Dollar Spot, but I thought they were Magnadoodle brand. So these might be the ones I actually got from Dollar Tree. I can't remember, but they had a little magnet in it because it's like a Magnadoodle. The little magnet fell out. So I was just like, oh, okay, I'll go ahead and just super glue it back in. So I go to do that. My super glue, I guess, had dried up a little bit, and it was like this little, it wasn't like the tube ones, it was like a little, like a plastic container. So I was squishing it, and I'm like, it's not coming out. And then it goes, boom, and super glue goes all over my hand. It was all over the Magnadoodle thing, and it was like, it got on my jacket, and I'm trying not to get it anywhere else. So I just take it all, throw it all in the trash. So by that point, and I'm trying not to touch anything either. So by that point, my fingers glue together. So they're like this, okay? And then they won't pull apart. So it was like, by the time I was like, oh no, and I was like trying not to touch anything. Well, these ones were already glued. And I was like, there's nothing I can do. I can't reach over and unglue these ones because they're gonna stick to this. So I was like, oh man, I had glue like all over my hands. So I was like, whatever, I guess that's what happens when you're a teacher. We power on. So I start powering on. So we're like teaching. I'm teaching and I'm like using these two fingers as my pointers because I can't bend them. And so they're actually more like, it was more like that. Okay. So I'm like talking and I'm trying to point to things on the board and it was a big old mess. So the kids were like, what's wrong with your fingers? And I'm like, I just super glued them together. And they're like, what? And I'm like, yeah, I super glued them together. I was fixing the toy, the Magnadoodle thing, and it broke, and then the super glue got everywhere. So my fingers are glued together. I don't want to pull them apart because it's going to rip the skin off of it. So I'm just giving it some time. When we go to lunch in 30 minutes, I will just run it in some hot water and hopefully get them apart. And they were like, why don't you just go do it now? And I'm like, because I'm teaching you guys. I can't just leave you in here to go do that. So I will just power through and I'll deal with it later. So anyways, life of a teacher. But I am going to go ahead and get out of here because it's 3:45 now and I want to go home because I am tired. So I will see you guys later. Bye. Got my Starbucks. It's Friday, so let's get the day done. Good morning. I have already started trying to get some stuff done for today because I have a lot to do. So I need to make my to-do list just so I know exactly what I'm doing today. Because today I actually need to get a seating chart done in a few minutes because I'm rearranging all their desks, which I'm so happy with because they are just talking so much to each other. And I was just like waiting for this day. I think it was on Wednesday. I'm sitting there thinking, oh yeah, rearranging these desks, can't wait. They have just, I don't know, they just became so comfortable. But you know, that's why I switch them every month because that's what happens. They get really comfortable with each other and they start talking. And they talk all the time. So, I am like super excited about switching the desks around. But, it is Friday, so we have Friday Fix It this morning. The students, I think I'm going to have them do iStation, which I need to go through right now. Let me get on the iStation right now and figure out which students have finished their time and which students still need to work on their time. So this morning, the kids are going to do iStation or Mubby Max, depending on which. If they're done with their iStation, then they go do Mubby Max. Like when they do Mubby Max, they can do whatever they want in the mornings on Mubby Max, because Mubby Max has like all kinds of stuff, like it has phonics and reading and stuff like that. So they get to pick and choose what they want to do on that one. When we do math centers, they have to do math. I'm going to go ahead and continue writing this stuff down. But like I was saying, sorry, I like totally got off track here. iStation, and then they'll do their Friday Fix It. We never did get to summer close read. I don't know, I just can't get anything done. It's been crazy, and like everything, I plan all these things and it just like gets thrown out the window. We still haven't practiced Daily 5 in like 2 days, 3 days. I don't know when we practice it. I don't think we even practiced it at all this week. Like, it just kept getting thrown out the window. So I need to figure out, I'm a mess, and the class is, it's a mess. Everything's a mess. It's the beginning of the year, it's a mess. But we'll do that, and then, so I don't know what we're gonna do for stuff today. We do have spelling tests, so I might just drop summer and just kick it out the window, that close read, and just be done with it and start fresh next week with the vegetable one, because I don't think I'm ever gonna get to this one. So we did a little bit of stuff with it, but it's just like it's just totally fizzled out, and it's like I can't get it going again. It's a big old mess. So I think I'm just gonna scratch it, and then I'll save all the papers for next year, and I'll store them in my book, and I'll have them for next year. We'll do our math. Today we're doing composite shapes, which I thought we were doing yesterday, but I don't think we did. Yesterday we did like sorting of shapes, like how would I sort these shapes by the way they look and by certain rules, since we did that yesterday. So today we'll be doing composite shapes. So the lighting thing, it bothers me. I guess apparently some people said they never even noticed that it happens, but it like gets brighter and like darker. I don't know. It's not really doing it right now, but it bothers me. But if it's not bothering any of you, then I'm not even gonna care anymore. So if it's not bothering any of you about the lighting, so what? Look at that hair, it's a mess. All right, so it is now 3:18, and I just got a message. What a madhouse today was. It was crazy. But we got all our work done. They were just like super crazy kids. Yeah, so what I'm gonna get ready to do now, because I am so ready to move these kids around. They need a mix up. It's getting to the point where the groups are fighting with each other and everything, so I know it's just time. It's been 4 weeks, it's time. That's why I change them every 4 weeks, is because of that. It's just a mess. So some of the groups, like I have one group or two groups that do really well together, and then I have some that just bicker a lot. So what I've done, so I used to draw a erase marker pad thing, and I write their numbers. And so that way I can make sure I get through every kid. Because when I do the names sometimes, I don't always remember which ones I have put down already. But when I do the numbers, I can just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and make sure I have them all. And I feel like I'm just like so out of breath. I'm so exhausted. But I'm gonna go ahead and start moving their desks around into their new configurations. Let me show you guys what I did for their morning bins. One of their bins are these like Tinker Toy type things. Ooh, look off. So like those, that's one of theirs. Another ones are these bristle blocks, and they're like that. This one here I'm a little scared to use, but we're gonna try it anyways. And it was the hashtag blocks I got from Target. They are kind of small, but I figure I gotta trust them to be able to use them, otherwise they're never gonna get used. So if that's the case, then what's the point in buying them? And then these little mini dominoes that I got from Dollar Tree. The last one are the little, like the fake Legos that we got last year. I think she got them, yeah, last year, Target Dollar Spot. So that is how I set up those. I have a couple more things to do, and then I'm out of here. It's already 4 o'clock, so I'm trying to get done as quick as possible. So I have to change out their paper passers, and then I'm hitting the road. Good It is Sunday, so I'm heading, you know, down to my normal thing to go grocery shopping, because that's what I do every Sunday. So, just in case you didn't know that, and this is your first time watching, this will be an every Sunday thing that I do. I go to Albertsons to go grocery shopping. So, I didn't really vlog at all this weekend, but, you know, whatever. I'm just, like, not motivated at all, like, to get stuff done. But I got stuff done. Like, I got things done at home that I need to get done, but I didn't get I didn't really vlog at all. I did take my camera with me yesterday. I took my camera, and I had intentions of doing stuff with it, and I filmed a couple things, but I was just like, you know what, they're totally pointless. Like, I don't know, so I didn't even use them. I was just like, whatever, I'm just gonna get rid of them, because it was just like these random things, and whoops, I don't know why I turned my blinker on. So, I don't know, it was like really weird. Today though, when I get home, I need to get this vlog uploaded, obviously, and I need to work on a few things for school, just because I need to get those things done. And then today at 4:30, I am going to my principal's dad's house, and we're doing our teacher celebration for our school, getting an A for our state school grading system from last year. So our school finally got an A, which is exciting. I think I've talked about this before, just in case you didn't know. But here in New Mexico, one of their school reform things that they did, education reform things, was to assign letter grades to the schools. And I think it started, because this was our 7th year. And so we have all these, like, we have 3 observations we have to have. We have, like, all these things that we have to do. And then it also includes, like, our test scores and all these things. So when we first did it, we started out as a D school, and then each year we've improved until finally we were at an A. So we have finally made it, but we are going to be electing a new governor pretty soon, so that'll probably go out the window. I'm hoping it'll go out the window, because I mean, the school letter grade thing is not too bad, because I think it's easier. Like, I think it's easier for the parents to understand how their kids' schools are doing when they have the letter grade thing, because everybody, like, but I do not approve of their evaluation system. On mine, I do great on my observations and everything, and all my, like, leadership role type things that I do at the school, and, you know, all that stuff, working with my teammates, I do great on, but it's always the test scores that kill me every single time. I've busted my butt every single year to get those scores up, and it never happens. So what we're doing is at 4:30 we're going to my boss's parents' house, my principal's parents' house, and we are having a celebration. I have no idea what's going to be happening. I don't know why it's on a Sunday. I kind of wish it was on a different day, but whatever. And Rudy's not going with me, which I thought he was going to, so I told him that he was, and then he's like, no, I have other stuff. I thought it was just for you. Like, I didn't know that. I was like, I thought I talked to you about it, but whatever. So he's not going, which is fine. So it's at 4:30. I'll go to that, and then it should be over at 7, they're telling me, but I'm going to just maybe leave earlier. I don't know. I really don't. I have so much stuff I need to get done, and so that's why I wish it was on a different day. Like Saturdays, I don't do anything on Saturdays, because I'm never motivated to do anything on Saturdays, because I'm exhausted for the rest of the week. I was kind of hoping that it would be on Saturday, but it's on a Sunday, whatever. Anyway, so that's about it. That's my day today. It's just gonna be doing who knows what, but I hope you like what you saw. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Click the little bell notification to get notified every single time I post, so you don't miss an episode. And follow me on my social media. It's listed down in the description. And if you would like to buy me a coffee, you can click the link that's all the way down on the bottom. And until next time, don't forget to always be you. Bye.